Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Free Magic Live. You're with me, JJ. I'm in my hometown, Queen Street in Brisbane. We have a very special video for you today. We're interviewing and watching a few clips from this guy over here, James, the performer, the busker, the entertainer. Check this out. Hey, what's up everyone? It's JJ here from Free Magic Live. I am here with none other than famous guru, street performer, busker, magician, entertainer, James.
Hi, James. Sorry, James. Sorry.
Good to see you,
I was
man.
mooring. There's lovely ladies walking down to the counter.
know.
Here. Lovely T-shirt, by
Thank
the way.
you, man.
You know, young, handsome man, fatuous, fat old bugger. That's me.
That's okay.
It's great to be here, man. Really good to be here.
Thanks for being part of the channel.
No, my pleasure.
So now James, I've seen James perform here in my hometown of Brisbane for a long time. We got talking, and other than being a great entertainer, he does a lot of cool stuff with videos and something online as well, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But I thought I'd interview him and get a little bit about his bio and being a street performer. As we all know, it's so much different than being a corporate entertainer or being just a magician doing a couple of tricks to a couple of people. This is what James does for a living currently, and he's been doing this for a very long time. So I thought I'd get him on and talk about his life a little bit. So welcome.
Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to be here in Brisbane, though.
It is. It's not a great day. Well, you just did a show
Yeah,
right behind here.
Right there.
Right here.
And look at this weather. It's not that good.
I know, right?
Not that good. And you would think it would be impossible to get a show going there, but
You did
it's
it
very
before.
Fast. It's very fast, very furious.
Yeah.
And boom, 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 no dead spots. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, and then hat, boom. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Let's give a little bit of an intro of how long you've been doing magic, street performing, and then maybe why did you choose that instead of going down the other route?
All right. Okay. Well, it's a very long story, but I'll make it keep it a digest.
No worries. What's Gen Y or Gen Z?
Yeah, well, when I was born, no, I'll keep it short. Just like a lot of kids, you see this yourself. When I was 11 years old, I discovered magic. As to how and why, it's immaterial, but I discovered magic. Then, through my adult life, various jobs, then was a holiday rep, and then discovered the fact that I could do this for a living. So on the island I was working on, I didn't do a holiday rep anymore, just doing magic and waitering.
Waitressing as a
yeah.
woman?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really sweet. No, and then through personal stuff, I stayed in Athens, I stayed in Greece, and I did corporate gigs, which I was the only one doing that sort of stuff in Greece at
So
that
you
time.
live in Athens?
I lived in Athens, so I speak Greek.
Okay.
Which is quite strange, especially from the street, because that
Yeah.
gives another element to it as well.
And you're from originally?
Scotland.
Yeah.
But I live in South Australia, live in
Yeah.
Adelaide, married to a beautiful lady. So.
Okay.
But I was working in Tenerife for 4 years, keeping it short. I went back to Edinburgh during the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
And I was already doing magic, that's what I was doing. And then I saw this street guy throw a melon in the air and had a huge, massive crowd around him. And this crowd went, wow, and I went over the edge and went, oh, there's some magician.
Yeah.
I'd never seen a street performer do magic on the streets before. I'd never seen it ever. So I thought, oh, I'll watch him again. And then half an hour later, he took to the spot again, and I was just blown away.
Wow.
Absolutely blown. His name was Nick Nicholas.
Yeah, of course.
From Melbourne,
Yeah.
originally from the UK and New
Yeah.
Zealand, but he blew me away. And then he was sharing a pitch with Tom Pickard,
Yeah.
another magician, great guy. So a couple of days later, I came up to him and said, can I join you? And Tom's answer was, also now you're a busker.
Yeah.
Also now you're a street performer, you're going to take the bread from my mouth, the money from my pocket. And Nick turns around and goes, shut that up, Tom.
Yeah, okay.
He's a young lad, he's starting out, give him a break. But the reality is that I'm older than Nick.
Yeah.
But Nick inspired me. Then Gazzo did a lecture tour several years later because I was doing Chop Club, Rocky Raccoon.
Gazzo's a very well-known street busker, known for his thing is cups and balls.
And he did a phenomenal lecture. And taught me how to do what I do, basically. Which is, and I've got very good at it, but it's got a cross. And I have a cross to bear because I will always be known as a Gazzo clone.
Yeah.
Even though the show is the bits of the show have changed, it's still what Gazzo does.
Because he did that, like he's
did
known
that
for that.
He's known for that. I mean, the actual configuration, the actual routining, the actual segments, it's all Di Vernon.
Yeah.
And then the melon and the hat, apparently, as far as I know, is another guy, late Jim Cellini. But Gazzo took this and then took something else over the top of it, and then worked it, and it's his.
Yeah.
It's known as his, and I respect that.
Yeah.
And to see Gazzo work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
The guy's a genius.
Yeah.
he takes it slow and steady,
Yeah.
and then puts out the hand. He's been doing it for 25 years. He knows what he's doing. No, don't clap, don't clap. Sorry, I thought reverse psychology would work in Brisbane. No, please. You see, that's an intelligent joke, because I like working for an intelligent audience. And you are an intelligent audience, because here we are in Brisbane, Queen Street Mall, in the drizzle, in the rain, watching a guy about to swallow rubber. Not something you see on a regular basis.
So the thing is, I think what I like about your show so much is it's very spontaneous, and what I love, and as you guys know, like I love the spontaneous element of a crowd. You know, you've got your set structure, but anything can really happen.
Oh yeah.
Tell me what do you tell me?
Oh gee whiz,
What you
man.
love about that?
The thing is with doing street and anything happening is I like the stand-up nature of it. The idea that you do have core material. It's very strong. It's obviously doing it repeatedly, time after time.
Yeah.
It's very strong. And if something does happen, you can go off and then bring it back to there. And some of the things that happen are great.
Yeah.
They get the little, what we call the golden child moment. A little kid comes up, you didn't invite a child in the show. And obviously I do this thing where I ask the parents if I can ask the child to help. Because it shows me as being a nice guy. Because in today's society it's quite an older guy, young kid, you know, it's a bit weird. And again, the same, I ask if I can ask his name, because it's further embeds in the people's minds that I'm a nice guy, ultimately. So you can get the golden child moment, whereas the kid could do anything, but you knowing what you're doing, that can spin off into so much, so much great stuff. What we call in the field the golden child moment. Also, what can happen is you get a bunch of not so nice people who do some really, you know, bad, you know, and you can deal with hecklers. But you know, I can deal with hecklers. They're good-natured heckles, and then there are heckles that are just born out of somebody being really stupid. And you can decide to deal with that in several ways. You can either attack it, beat it down, or just let it fly. But in beating it down, because you're in that zone and you know what it's like in that zone, things come to you. Just lines, your synapses are clicking in different areas. You're on fire, and you go bang, bang, and then you remember that and you think, well, that was good. That wasn't there before, but it was there because of that energy that came out of it. So that's the good thing that can happen. Obviously, you don't want the show to disintegrate into badness, because then it's the hat. And it's a very fine line to walk. But there are great times and there are bad times, but mostly it's great. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. You know.
And out of your show, what's probably the most favourite thing you love performing out of a show? Is there a trick or is there a joke? Or?
There's so many different parts of the show that I love, especially when I do the balloon swallow, or prior to the balloon swallow I do a thing with a squeak, and that's funny. Because when I'm fourth generation German, right? And I've worked in Austria, been a German, love the country.
But you're laughing, that's funny.
But yeah, I know. German. I mean, where would we be without laughter, right? Germany. Now, I'm fourth generation German, so don't get offended. Hands up if you're from Germany. No, don't put your hands up, that's how fascism got started. And if I want to explain that joke, if I feel that the energy is right, I actually explain the joke. And that in of itself gets a laugh. It's another tag, it's another kuchum. It's all about, because laughter's involuntary. Laughter is spontaneous. This is preconditioned. Laughter is the thing I'm going for. So those are my best moments, really. I love those moments when it just happens.